So we ended up going to the, I like my sweater, by the way. Make pedophiles afraid again. Um, so we went to the place. I was gonna leave the video at that, but I feel like that wasn't good enough after being gone for so long. So I got engaged. Today's April 5th. We did April 1st, so April Fool's Day. I thought it was kind of funny. Went to this place called the Whale. It's near like Milwaukee and Fullerton in Chicago. Actually, so my Jimmy knowing the owner, and that place was great. Like, if you've been thinking about going to that place, go. I'm not saying you have to go if you not even considering it, but if you've been like, yo, I heard of that place. Because some people told me like, hey, I've heard good things. We've been thinking about going. I was like, oh, then just go. But don't even consider it. Just go. You can make an appointment, but they allow walk-ins. Uh, See, I didn't know the setup, so when we were heading there, I was like, man, I really hope this is not gonna be kind of like trashy. Like, no, it was really nice. I was surprised that it wasn't more busy. The owner came and talked to us a little bit. My mom used to work at a place called Rainbow in Uptown Chicago. It's actually a really big thing, if you know, you know type of thing. And I guess he was a big manager over there. So, but yeah, good times being at Rainbow, having your birthdays there at the roller skating ring. Crazy. I remember winning my knockoff stuffed animals from the claw machine. I like a knockoff Digimon. um, but yeah, I'm engaged. I don't have the ring. My mom actually passed down her ring for my fiance and I. They don't wear it, and they haven't worn it for a long time. Is also one of just keeping the family, let us make use out of it. And I really appreciate her for that. That was very nice. But yeah, but being said, we have to adjust both the sizes of both rings for us. So yeah, I should have probably just got that done in advance. But I also just wanted to get engaged and all that, and I didn't think that far ahead. The next thing is, trying to get everything moved. Next weekend, we're going to be doing a lot of the moving. And then probably by the weekend after that, we plan to be fully into the new place. Uh, it's kind of one of those things like square foot and floor wise, it's a smaller place. But like everybody has their own room. When you have four kids, like that's a big deal. So there's some sacrifices in a way with the place, but then at the same time, everybody, we still got everybody got their own room. There's still a kitchen, a pantry, a living room, a dining room. Unfortunately, only one bathroom at this one, but this is my like 1 year plan. I'm gonna be working nights. I'm gonna be trying to grow the business, be hitting the gym. I'm working myself. I'm gonna try to go into some meetings, essentially support my recovery, and I'm hoping to help other people start beginning their recovery as well. If anybody in active addiction, I was just listening to a lot of just recovery. Uh, what's that word? Lyricists. Like I like a lot of lyricist kind of music, and like even when I start listening to stuff that's like not rap or hip hop, like I feel like when I get really into the words, I can. So I've been just big into that. And life is just their own fastballs, and I'm just the one. When you start trying to hit the fastballs and you start somewhat hitting them, that's when they start throwing curveballs and they start throwing fouls at you, and you start thinking like you start taking strike at some of the fouls, you miss out on some, you know. Horrible analogy, but it wasn't bad. Just I'm just trying to work at everything and just not give up. I'm gonna work on just posting more. I've been saying this for a while. I plan on keeping up with my doctor visits, my dentist visits, which I've been doing better about. I gotta start seeing a doctor, so I gotta do my blood work, and I gotta just start. I'm a test to see if I have everything. Cause you ever wonder like something's wrong with you? I'm pretty sure like something with dyslexia, autism, ADHD, ADD type of thing. Is that about like having it? People be like, Harley, it doesn't change you. I was like, maybe it doesn't change me like in the physical form, but mentally, I need to know these things because then I'm gonna look up like, hey, people with these things. Why do they think this way? What can they do to maximize their skill sets? You know, it's like I gotta figure out the best way to utilize myself. Like I'm a weapon, but I don't even know how to aim and shoot with accuracy, with myself yet. So I mean, that's kind of like my point. You want to be a sniper, but you can't even load the gun. So, and you just gotta keep working at it. So this is a big thing of me trying to just work at everything in my life. Trying to just do things for myself. My kids are getting older. My son is getting their two kids about to be a freshman. Dude. And the biggest thing with that is like they just have their own goals, their own plans. One's probably wants to get into working with animals, maybe in the medical field. Right now the other one seems really into sales, reselling kind of business. He's doing haircuts. He did my haircut. I did a little like fixing kind of thing, but he actually did really good. He's gonna do my next one, and y'all gonna see. I'm gonna do a full video on that, like snaps. Business is slightly growing a little bit, so I mean it's improvement. It's just things are just really hard, Just every little money you have, you're just trying to make use out of it. Like I'm trying to get this car, and it's kind of like, damn. Like at this point, I got like $2,000 for a car. When if I wasn't having a car rental, I'd have like 4,500 for a car, and it's like, oh my god, But that was also like over a month ago. So these are just the things, and that's the thing that's so hard with life and stuff, because you be thinking like, oh, once you stop doing drugs and shit, you start getting clean, like you're gonna be having this money, you be having all this and that, and in some ways, some sense of trueness to it, but at the same time, it's still a lot of struggles and hard. If anything, I feel like getting clean kind of helps you not keep burying yourself in these holes, but then it takes your recovery mission to actually get yourself out of these holes, and once you're out of it, to actually be able to build yourself up like a staircase or whatever. So but hey, much love to everybody. I'm just checking in. I'm gonna start trying to post a little more, be on top of things. I'm trying to be better, as simple as that. Much love. It's supposed to be like a salute, but I kind of like half hit myself. Alright, though. Peace and love, man. Y'all be safe out there.